In lesson 3, we're going to be finding slope using a formula. Yesterday you worked with finding slope using rise over run, so a graph. The slope formula is M represents slope here, and that slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it's basically the change in y over the change in x, and we've talked about that before, the change in y over change in x. In example 1, what I want you to do is, I know you would be able to use rise over run here on this problem. However, I want you to go ahead and figure out the ordered pairs here. So in point A, the ordered pair is 1, 1. In B, the ordered pair is 2, 3. Remember, we list our x value first, followed by our y value. Now, to use the formula, I'm going to go ahead and write these ordered pairs down below here. We know point A is 1, 1, and B is 2, 3. Now, what you want to do is, since I listed value A first, I like to go ahead and put these little headers above it. This is an x value, this is a y value. Since this is my first ordered pair, I'll call that x1, and this is y1. X value, y value. Since this is my second ordered pair, I'm going to say x2, y2. And it doesn't matter what you call x1, y1, or x2, y2. I can call this group x1, y1. Then this must have to be x2, y2. It doesn't matter. Biggest thing is whatever you call x1, if you call this x1, the second value has to be y1. If you call this x1, the second value would have to be y1. So it doesn't matter what one you do. After that, it's simple matching. What you're going to go ahead and make the template. Okay, as listed above, we have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I like to go ahead and draw my template showing that it has change in there. That's the first thing. Then it's simple substitution. Well, in the top left corner is a y2 value, which is 3. In the top right is a y1 value, which is 1. In the bottom left value, we have 2, and in the bottom right value is an x1 value, which is 1. Now we can go ahead and do our computation here, and we wind up with 3 take away 1 is 2, 2 take away 1 is 1, 2 over 1 is 2. So the slope of this problem is 2, and if you look above here, the graph is increasing, so therefore it is positive. And if you were to do rise over run, you could double check that, and you would get 2 as well. So in example 2, same thing. Let's go ahead and list off these ordered pairs. Plot C is 0, negative 1. Plot D is 2, negative 5. I'm going to go ahead and transfer these values down. So we have C is 0, negative 1, and D is 2, negative 5. Okay. If I called 2 x1, negative 5 has to be y1. x2, y2. Okay. Normally I would call point C first, x1, y1, just because it's here's the thing that you don't have to go ahead and x1 then there's your solution to the equation. So I'm going to go and put ahead and put those little headers. I draw that template first. y2 is negative 16, y1 is negative 16, x2 is negative 7, x1 is 19. Go ahead and solve as a positive. Negative 16 plus 16 is 0 over negative 7 minus 19 is negative 26. Now if you actually type this into your calculator, if you put in this operation, 0 divided by negative 26, in your calculator you come up with 0. So the slope of this line is 0. We know that if this line were graphed, this would be a horizontal line because the slope is 0. Remember, horizontal slopes have a 0 slope. In example 4, again, put your little headers up here, x1, y1, x2, y2. Put my template in. y2 is 8. y1 is negative 13, x2 is 15, x1 is 15. Again, two negatives here make a positive. So we have a positive up on top there, and we would get 21 over 15 take away 15 is 0. Now this is what I wanted to point out. If you did that operation in your calculator, 21 divided by 0, you'd get a syntax error or divide by 0 error. You can't divide by 0. When you can't divide by 0, your slope is undefined. You cannot define the slope, kind of like you can't define that problem. So the line, when graphed, is going to be a vertical line. That slope is undefined. Go ahead and pause the video here and work through that skills check problem down below, and then we'll check back in. Now that you're back, I'm sure many of you put that first ordered pair 2, 1 as x1, y1. Totally fine. Leave it. I'm going to prove to you that it doesn't matter how you order these. So I'm going to substitute in, and we'll still get it. We'll still get the same slope. So here we go. X or our y2 value is 1. Our y1 value is 3. Our x2 value is 2. x1 value is 5. I have 1 minus 3 is negative 2 over 2 minus 5 is negative 3. Now when you divide here, a negative by a negative, you get a positive answer. So we have a positive 2/3. And if you would have done it the other way, you still would have wound up with 2/3. So just proving to you it doesn't matter what you call x1, y1, and x2, y2. This concludes finding slope using slope formula.